Welcome back to the channel, guys. Have you guys ever taken the doors off your Jeep and then sat there and wondered what kind of mirrors I need? I know I have, and over the past couple weeks, I think I have found a solution to that problem. So stay tuned, guys. That's right, everybody. Over the past 2.5 weeks, I have been testing and reviewing these mirrors right here. This is from a company called JOYTUTUS. They reached out to me to review and test out these mirrors for them. And honestly, guys, I did my research on the product and I really didn't blink too much of an eye when they reached out to me because I have used their products in the past. And I have been putting them to the test. I have been testing them off-road, I have been testing them on-road, on the highway, and so far, guys, I have been quite impressed. But before we get to my final thoughts on this product, let's go back in time just a little bit to show you guys just how easy it is to install these mirrors. And today, guys, we have a new product to review. This is from a company, now I'm going to botch the name probably. It is either JOYTUTUS or JOYTUTUS. I've never actually figured out how to truly say the company's name, but I'm actually excited now. This company did reach out to me. They are sponsoring this video. They sent me this to review, and I'm actually kind of excited. Now, the reason that I took this review is actually because this is the same company that made the trash bag that I stick on the back of the Jeep, that backpack that I put on the back tire. It is by the same company, and that bag has held up through all sorts of conditions, all sorts of trails, and it has never given me an issue since. So when they reached out to me to review this product, I thought, why not? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to unbox it. I'm going to show you guys what it is that we are going to be reviewing, and then we are going to install it, and then I'm going to test it out, and then I'm going to give you guys my honest thoughts on it. Now, just because they're sponsoring it doesn't mean I'm not going to be honest. I'm being 100% honest. If I don't like it, you're going to know. If I like it, you're going to find out. So, without further ado, let's get unboxing this thing. Alright, guys, first and foremost, it is boxed pretty well. It's actually a good box, and there's lots of foam in it. I have not opened this. I've only pulled it out of the box, the packing box it came in. So, you got instructions, and so you guys can see, they are mirrors. These are mirrors for when you take the doors off the Jeep to hook them onto it so you can see. And everything so far is actually packed pretty nicely. It's all in its nice little styrofoam there. You can, it's all pretty packaged well. So let's see. We got some hardware, more hardware. So right, left, left, right. I don't quite know. They might be universal. We'll find out. And then we have the first mirror. Look at that. It even has an American flag right here. There you guys go now, you can see it. And it looks like it's very universal, so you can kind of mount it the way you want it. I don't know. We're going to find out, guys. I'm going to set this one right here for you. And then we have the second one. Same thing, flag, very universal. Now I'm going to scoop these because I don't want to scratch up the mirror part. Set those off to the side. And one last piece. Bolts, hex key, things like that. And that's it, guys. And actually, it's pretty well packaged. That's another piece of foam in there. Well, so far, guys, that was the unboxing. That was what was in here, like I said. Tons of foam in here, so these were really well protected. And this box came in another box that the shipping and handling people actually handled. So I'm going to set this right over here. Like I said before, what these are mirrors, so when you take off the doors to your Jeep and you start driving around, you have the ability to put some mirrors back onto it so you can see. Alright, guys, some information regarding these mirrors, and yes, I'm going to read you the information directly from the source just because I want to do it justice, provide the information to you the way it should be. First off, you can find these on Amazon. A link will be in the description below. And let's start with price. These are $95. They're like $94.99 on Amazon. So it's about 95 bucks, and what you get are these two mirrors, everything that was in that box, which it was packaged really well. So there's no scratches on the mirrors, there's no scratches on the plastics, anything like that. These mirrors do weigh about 5 pounds, 5.26 pounds to be exact, according to their information. Honestly, guys, they're really lightweight. They don't weigh much. This iron handle right here, this is made out of iron. This is the heaviest part, and yes, right now it is kind of freely moving. They send it to you freely moving, so you can adjust it how you want. And then in this little bag is a hex key, or you just take a hex key and you can tighten this down. You can tighten this down so it stays in place, but it is pretty lightweight. Now it is iron, some kind of thin iron here that is that American flag back there that covers up the plastic composite that holds the actual mirror in place. And honestly, this little metal part doesn't feel very strong. It feels kind of flimsy. It could probably handle tree branches smacking it. If you were to hit a rock, like your Jeep tilted and smashed a rock, I don't think this would truly survive unless you left this loose to where it could pop in. I feel like this would get smashed and it'd break the plastic composite behind it. But the mirror itself is really nice. There's just some fuzzy stuff sticking on it, but the mirror itself is really clear. There's no scratches, it's big. And this is a universal style mirror, if you will. That's what they put in their description. So you can turn it to be any way. So you can have it, basically, if you will, as like a wider style mirror, or you can tilt it up and kind of have like the old TJ. It kind of reminds me of an old TJ mirror on your Jeep, and you can tighten it down. So you can have this any kind of way you want. Also, the instructions, they have some words to them. They're mostly pictures, and just based off of the pictures that I'm seeing, they seem to make a lot of sense on how to install it. It seems fairly straightforward. We will put these to the test here in a minute. Now we got the doors off. That was real easy. Let's go ahead and install. So like I said, they install off of the grab handles here. They are going to be going off of this one and the passenger one tucked up back there. But let's get the parts so we can do this one. Looking over the instructions on how they mount to the grab handle here, and actually if you own a JL, you know they have these little tiny plastic flaps, which I'll show you here in a second. You can either mount it down low or up top. Up top just puts the mirror up here, down low puts it kind of out where it normally is. But mounting it, you have to mount with these. Now the mirror itself connects in through this little square here, and there is a screw, whoop, bolted in right there. But which side these go on actually is important, because this little square has to be pointing towards the outside of the Jeep. So this will mount either this way if it's up top. Sorry. So this will mount either this way if it's up top, making this have to point out that way, or if it's down low, you got to turn it around and then you have to switch which one it is. So it all depends on where you want to mount it. So one side has to go, however you mount it. If you put one down low, the other one has to go down low on the opposite side, and you have to pay attention to which one it is that goes where. So for this instance, what we're going to do is I'm going to mount these up on the upper part of the grab handle here, so it'll be the same on the passenger side. So here is the factory bolt, guys. That was what was at the top of the grab handle. Now obviously this has that big washer. It's not going to fit into that little round circle on the bracket, so they do provide you a little washer and some longer bolts, which are just a little longer than the OEM bolts, but that's because it does have to go through, the very end of it has a part that about that long that it has to sit through, so that takes up that other piece. So we're going to use this, connect that to the grab handle, so that the bracket is mounted, then we can mount the mirror. All right, all I did, guys, was drop that screw into the thing so it's now sticking out, and now I'm going to grab their little hex key that they give you so you can tighten this into place. Here it is. It is on here. Yes, I know it is flimsy still. I haven't tightened it all up. I haven't figured it out. But that was really simple to install, guys. And that little plastic piece that I said, oh, you may have to just break it off. Actually, you can take it off and put it right back in. As you guys can see, it does have that little hook part. So this one came out nicely. Doesn't mean they all will, but that one did. And it is bolted in there, and it is sturdily on there. It's not coming out. I've got these things as tight as I can get them. And now I can sit in the Jeep and figure out how I want this to sit. Do I want it like this, like this, like this? I now have the freedom to choose and then tighten it down. And just like that, guys, we have it on there, and it's in a position I liked. I had to figure out, did I like it down, did I like it up? It just, down gives you a little more viewing of the bottom of the Jeep, where out you can see a little more that way. This kind of thing. Before now, to test it, I'm going to put it out right here. So, let me turn you. Whoop. That's not turning you. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the passenger side, get it all set up, button down, and then I will show you guys what it looks like with both of them, and then we'll go take it for a little test drive and see how it goes. So far, guys, this has been super easy to install, super easy to put together. It has not been difficult whatsoever, and all I needed was some simple tools to be able to do this. Well, guys, that was pretty cool. Honestly, they work pretty well. We went down some dirt road. We went on, highway, if you will, a little bit. We got up to over 60 miles an hour. And the mirrors held up really well. They did not move whatsoever. And when I say they did not move from the position that I put them at and tightened them down. They did not move. Did they shake? Yes, they shake a little bit. It's not so bad, the shaking isn't so bad that the view is distorted or anything. You notice it's vibrating in place, but it has not moved from the position I put it at, which is fantastic. And honestly, the view coming out, like looking out of them, it is pretty clear. Now everything is a little more magnified, unlike how on your OEM mirrors, one is not as magnified as the other, because you can put them on either side. I think they just kind of magnified them both. That was a little bit to get used to, but otherwise they worked very, very well. Now, I'm not done testing these yet. I'm going to be taking them on and off the Jeep, because I can't leave the doors off the Jeep all the time, just because here in Colorado it rains almost every single evening, and I'm not willing to get all of my stuff inside the Jeep wet, so they will be coming on and off, which will be a good durability test on how well they do come on and off, because not everybody has their doors off all the time. I'm also going to make sure that they still are holding up off on the trails, and here on the road we'll actually get onto some of the freeways and see how they withstand 80 mile an hour and things like that. Pretty simple, yeah? They are not very difficult to install. The bracket sits very firmly on the grab handle, and it is very universal. I have mounted GoPros up on there and it works really well. Now, what are my final thoughts on these mirrors after using them for over 2.5 weeks? Honestly guys, I really like them. They do not move, they're in place, they're firmly there. I like that the structure of the actual part that connects to the Jeep is made out of metal. It gives it a really nice firm feel, but they're not super heavy. I do like the fact that the mirror is wide. It is a wide mirror and it's universal, so I can either keep it like this, I can move it any which way I want that works for me. And as you guys know, I'm a proprietor on versatility. I like when products can be used in different ways because you can tailor it to yourself, and I am able to tailor these to how I want them in the Jeep to show me what's behind me. And they do not move. When I say they do not move, guys, I have tightened these down in the place that I want them. They have never moved off-road. They have not moved on highway speeds. They have not moved just trawling around town, or if I accidentally bump into them. They have not moved from their position that I have stuck them in, and I think that is fantastic. The other thing that I like, guys, is they are simple. When you want to take your doors off, you want to have a mirror that is going to do just that. Be a mirror, show you what's behind you, and be super simple. Nothing technical, nothing complicated, and this is a really good option. It is super easy to install, super simple, guys, and they work. They just work, and I cannot harp on just how easy they are and how good they have been so far, guys. And I'm not just saying this, guys. I have been using these mirrors and they have not given me an issue. They just work. Now, that is without its faults. There is one issue that I have found, and it is only one that bugs the living crap out of me, and that is they do shake. And what do I mean by shake? I mean they don't shake out of place. When you're driving along, the road vibrations do tend to shake the mirror, so when you look into the mirror, it takes me just a couple seconds for my eyes to adjust to the mirror to be able to see clearly what's behind me, because they do shake and vibrate a little bit from all the road vibrations. That is my only real complaint about these mirrors, guys. Otherwise, I've got nothing. Like I've said before, I probably wouldn't hit these against something really hard, though this metal piece is here. It may break that plastic backing to it. It just depends on how hard you wheel and how willing you are to go through a very tight section. Let's just be honest. But guys, they are just a really good option. I'm not saying they're the only option. There are tons of different things out there. They are just a really good option. And if you'd like to check out this product, the link is in the description below. Go ahead, check it out. You can find them on Amazon. The link will take you straight to it. Also, in the description are the links to my other social media platforms, guys. Go ahead, check them out, along with a list of parts that I use specifically on my Jeep. They're all in the description as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Have that goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you guys are what's gonna make that happen. But until then, guys, I will catch you all next time out on the trail. Take care.